Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wake Up Everyone. Welcome to the Facebook community. I'm Peturah Thompson Harris, co-founder of CURRA CBD, and I will be one of your facilitators this morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is CURRA Robinson, and I'm one of the co-founders of CURRA CBD. And thank you for joining us. And I hope that you will enjoy this experience.
Good morning.
Good morning, Peturah. Good morning, Coa. How y'all doing this morning?
We're doing great. How are you?
Every day is a good day when you wake up.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. Good morning, everyone coming in from Facebook. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Welcome.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
My name is Paula Robinson, and I'm with my partner, Peturah Thompson Harris, and we are co-founders of CURRA CBD.
Yes. And today we're going to be presenting you an informational session on CBD and some of the benefits that CBD can offer you in everyday ailments or just everyday wellness in your life. As Koa stated, we're the co-founders of a CBD company located here in Brooklyn, New York. And we want everybody to come into this with an open ear, open mind, and hopefully take away a lot of helpful information that you can use throughout your life or to your friends or your family members. I just want to make one disclaimer before we begin our presentation that we're here to educate on CBD and its many plant-based benefits. We're not here to diagnose or treat any specific disease, but are just offering education to you. And John Carl, we can start with the first slide. Okay, So the title of this presentation today is Everything You Thought You Knew About Cannabidiol, or better known as CBD. Myself, again, I'm Peturah Thompson Harris. I am one of the CEOs and co-founder, along with Ms. Koa Robinson, another co-founder and CFO of CURRA CBD, which is an online and retail store that sells CBD and offers a cafe as well, located in Brooklyn, New York. You can move to the next slide. So many may ask, what is CBD? CBD is one of the main compounds found in the cannabis plant. It can be extracted from both hemp or marijuana. What people know about CBD is that traditionally it comes from the marijuana plant, but it is different from marijuana in that the content of THC is significantly less. It is approximately less than 0.3%. So you will not get a high from CBD. CBD interacts with our endocannabinoid system, which is an innate system in our bodies, okay? CBD was discovered back in 1940s, but became federally legal in 2018 with the Agricultural Improvement Bill, or more commonly known as the Farm Bill. But outside of the United States, CBD or hemp has been used in many countries in plant-based medicine, in textiles, as building material for homes in the form of hempcrete, which a lot of people are unaware of. So with CBD becoming federally legal, meaning legal in all 50 states, it is mainly harvested from the hemp plant, and it can only contain a maximum amount of 0.3% THC. Within saying that, CBD is the non-psychoactive cannabinoid in the hemp plant, meaning CBD will not get you high. In the hemp plant or the cannabis plant, there is over 150 cannabinoids. CBD being one of them, and makes up about 40% of the cannabinoids in the hemp plant. CBD, from preliminary studies and from long-term research that was started back in the 1940s and 1960s, has not shown any signs of potential for addiction or dependency, which a lot of people are concerned about, because for years there's been this misnomer that the cannabis plant is a gateway drug into other significant addicting drugs, and studies are showing that CBD is different from that, and has tons of medicinal benefits that people were losing out on because of this misnomer that it's from the cannabis plant, and therefore it can be potentially addicting and lead to dependency. And a lot of individuals lost out on the medicinal benefits that CBD offers. So we can move on to the next slide. So one may ask, where does CBD work in the body? CBD works in our innate system known as the endocannabinoid system, which all mammalians, humans and mammalians, have within their body. It's an innate system. We have endogenous cannabinoids, meaning cannabinoids that we produce ourselves. And before I go into greater detail about the endocannabinoid system, I'd like to play a brief 3-minute video for you that gives you a more visual explanation of what the endocannabinoid system contains. So Jean-Carl, if you could click the hyperlink to that video, please.
TikTok just like finds a way to make it so nobody sees any of your content. This is blatant shadow banning.
I thought I had the freedom of speech. This is bigger than TikTok. It's about who in our society gets heard.
TikTok Boom, Monday, October 24th at 10 on Independent Lens.
For thousands of years, humans have cultivated cannabis for its fiber, seeds, and medicinal properties. Ancient Hindu texts claim it was brought by the god Shiva for the pleasure of humanity. The plant contains over 400 chemicals, including cannabinoids, which are most abundant in the resin glands of budding female plants. In the 1960s, Israeli scientist Raphael Mechoulam isolated THC, the psychoactive cannabinoid that makes users feel high. The discovery launched a new chapter in neuroscience.
Cannabis opened the window into the functioning of our body. Completely unexpected window, because what was discovered was that THC binds to receptors in the brain and outside the brain. And when it does so, when it binds to these receptors, the cells now behave differently.
Cannabinoid receptors, named after cannabis, are found on nearly every organ in the body. They bind with our own cannabis-like molecules called endocannabinoids, which regulate functions like sleep, cognition, memory, and mood. Unlike other brain chemicals, they travel backwards across the synapse, where they control the release of most neurotransmitters.
One of the most amazing things that happened was the discovery of the endocannabinoid system. Every mammal has one, and this is a system of chemicals and receptors throughout the brain and body. And really, the primary goal of the endocannabinoid system is homeostasis, keeping things in balance.
At Mount Sinai Hospital, neuroscientist Yasmin Hurd remembers the first time she looked for cannabinoid receptors in the human brain. Seen here in vivid red, orange, and yellow colors.
The cannabinoid receptor is the most abundant receptor in the brain. When we looked at where these receptors were expressed, they're expressed in brain regions relevant for motor coordination, cognition, memory, emotional regulation, reward. All of these brain areas are key to so many normal behaviors, obviously, but also psychiatric disorders as well.
A key role of the endocannabinoid system is to manage stress. In fact, the first endocannabinoid found in our body was given a Sanskrit name, anandamide, meaning bliss.
In response to stress, our body mobilizes an endocannabinoid signal. And so if something aversive happens to us and we suddenly see a threat in front of us, our body kind of goes into high alert mode and we shoot up. Once we've been removed from that threat, though, our body needs to turn that stress response back off. And what we have learned is that this burst of endocannabinoids that occurs in response to stress is really critical for that recovery phase.
Scientists suspect this signal goes awry in people with PTSD. And that's why THC, which mimics our own endocannabinoids, might help.
All right, we can go back to the endocannabinoid slide. Okay, I think that video does a great job in kind of visually summarizing and explaining the endocannabinoid system. So if you can just pull that slide back up, John Carl. Thank you. So as the video stated, within our bodies and the bodies of all mammals, including animals, we have an innate endocannabinoid system that helps maintain a balance in our body or homeostasis. The main two sites on the endocannabinoid systems where CBD works is the CB1 and CB2 receptors. The CB1 receptors exist within our central nervous system, which includes the brain and the spinal cord. and also the reproductive system, our retina, which is in our eye, and the heart and lungs. The CB2 receptors are present in all other areas of our body and our organ systems, including our skin. This is where CBD and all the other cannabinoids are able to mitigate immune system responses, responses to disease and inflammation through these areas listed in your liver, bones, spleen, colon, and pancreas, which I'll go into more detail. In interacting in these areas of the receptors, CBD helps in mitigating stress response, inflammatory responses, issues with memory and recall, mood disorders, energy balance, immune function, improving appetite, and so much more. So what a lot of people did not know is that we have endogenous endocannabinoids, and adding CBD or any other cannabinoid to your externally will only enhance the system working better and helping to maintain homeostasis within your body. So we can move on to the next slide, please.
One second, please. Having a little bit of technical difficulty here.
Sure, no problem.
There we go.
Right. So within maintaining balance within our endocannabinoid system, just to reiterate, the relative contribution is to the CB1 and CB2 receptor activity. CB1 dominance within the central nervous system is associated with increased perception of pain, nausea, appetite, paranoia, anxiety, and stress. So enhancing the CB1 receptors with CBD and other cannabinoids is going to work to decrease inflammation and therefore perception of pain. It's going to work in areas of the brain to help decrease nausea. And also in the CB1 receptors, it will help mitigate increasing your appetite, decreasing stress response, and also anxiety. In contrast to CB2 dominance in the organ systems of the body is associated with improved metabolic health, decreasing inflammation, and improved insulin signaling, which I'll go into more detail in the next slide, please. So one may ask, what is the role of CBD in our daily lives? CBD can be taken as a supplement, not only just to treat any conditions that exist, but just to help maintaining overall balance in your body, okay? Everyday stressors contribute to inflammation from excessive exhaustion after workouts, chronic diseases associated with inflammation. It improves sleep quality. So if one is having trouble with adequate sleep or adequate rest, CBD can aid with that. And just managing everyday stress and mood disorders. CBD is also helpful in the management of psychiatric disorders, such as anxiety, depression, PTSD, as the video stated, and severe anxiety. CBD helps to maintain optimum skin moisture. Whether it's in a topical version or ingestible, the CBD oil distillate contains omega-3s and omega-6s that help to keep the skin moisturized and hydrated. And overall, just improves internal balance by mitigating stress and inflammation throughout the body. So we can move on to the next slide.
I intend to do that, Peturah. But I would love to know from our community if they have any questions in regards to what you shared so far. This is a lot of important information. So if there are any questions, family, please post it in the chat or raise your hand and come off mute and ask our facilitators.
Does anyone have any questions or comments they'd like to make?
Yes, hi. Good morning. This is Teresa Scott.
Good
I
morning.
might be known as the rise on here. I'm not really sure what shows I'm at. But one of the things that I have a problem with the doctors is that they know that it could help you, but they don't. Like my doctor said, he doesn't believe in it. But it's like I just feel it because he want to sell the medicine, and it's like he's my only medical doctor, and it's like I don't really know about how to find a doctor who takes my insurance so that I can get some help, because the pain medicine that I've been on is just affecting my stomach and different things. And I'm just, I mean, I just stopped decreasing, I just stopped taking a lot of pain medicine I was on. And, some days I'm in pain, but I take like a lot of ginger and different herbs and stuff like that. I have tried like the CBD gummies and stuff like that from Amazon, but I just feel like the doctors, some of the doctors, don't want to, give it to you. And they know, I just think that he just wants to give me medicine. And I don't want to take all that medicine. So it seems like it does good for you, but just trying to find, doctors that can, take your insurance to give you. So how does the person, find that kind of information?
Right. So I'll tackle the first part of this question, and then Kowa can chime in with any additional comments you want to say. I think some practitioners are kind of apprehensive to recommend CBD because of the label that it's not FDA approved, which I'm going to go into in slide. There's only one drug on the market right now, Epidiolex, that is CBD based, that is FDA approved to treat the medical condition of refractory seizures in children. There have been lots of research that show significant benefit for CBD in treating pain, chronic inflammation, but there are still some providers that are withholding recommending it. We always encourage all our customers or everyone that we know to, if you can buy CBD without a prescription. It is sold in retail stores like ours and online, but you have to be very careful at the sources that you're purchasing CBD from to make sure you're getting a product that is pure and doesn't contain any pesticides or heavy metals. And how do you verify that? You verify that by seeing if they have a certificate of analysis. A certificate of analysis is third-party lab testing that tells you that you're getting pure CBD and the content of CBD, and that no pesticides or heavy metal is in the CBD. And CBD is something, like I said, you can purchase yourself. And if you decide to take it outside of your doctor's recommendation, is just let them know that you're supplementing with it so that there's no potential interactions with any medications you're already taking. Off the top, the only medication that CBD is known to interact with is if you're on significant blood thinners. So I always recommend before you start a regimen to just verify that there's nothing you're taking that it's going to interact with. But Koa, you can, further elaborate on that question.
Thank you.
So, and I understand that with CBD, it's more about purchasing, it's more for retail. So sometimes it can be a little difficult, especially depending on your current financial situations with your medications. Medications can be expensive. So sometimes it is hard for people to go into a retail store and purchase the CBD. I know sometimes you can find a pain management doctor that can actually prescribe medicinal marijuana, which may be a benefit for you as well. So that's a way where you can go around as far as actually having to purchase it, because healthcare can be very expensive. So that's the only thing that I wanted to add to it, that you might be able to reach out to a pain specialist. who can
Right. Right. And in obtaining, because retail marijuana itself is going to come online, retail stores in December. You don't need a card to purchase marijuana, but some people are concerned about the getting high portion of the THC content in marijuana, and they look to CBD as an alternative to marijuana itself, and that they're just looking for pain management without the component of getting high. So I hope we've answered your question.
Yes, I did. Thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Are there any other questions?
Yes, we have another question in the chat, and this came from Abimbola, who said, how much and how long do you have to take CBD to experience results?
Right. So this is, it depends on the route of administration. With the topical CBD, such as the muscle rubs and the salves, you're gonna feel immediate pain relief in the acute site that you're feeling pain. If you have general inflammation throughout your body and just kind of pain generalized, we recommend starting with a CBD oil or a tincture, and that you should take it for a minimum of 2 weeks and continue to take the tincture. Okay. The tincture can be, or the CBD oil can be taken up to 3 times a day. You will not feel any kind of sedating effects or anything like that. And for best results, a minimum of 2 weeks to start seeing a decrease in inflammation and a decrease in requirement of your pain medicine. We're not stating that taking CBD, you're no longer going to need your pain medication, but you should see a decrease in the amount that you need.
Does that answer your question? Hopefully it does.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. So we can continue with the slideshow if we don't have any other questions right now. Okay, so we briefly touched on this, but some of the common ailments where CBD can help to treat, as we stated, we need a lot of more supportive research to help kind of get this to be more accepted in the medical communities. But there's some promising research coming out, as you see, from Mount Sinai, University of Pennsylvania, and the Mayo Clinic, and here in New York, Cornell. They're continuing to do research to show the medicinal benefits of CBD. And hopefully we'll get more support from the medical community as the research comes out. With working in the CB1 receptors, CBD has shown to help to improve feelings of anxiety and depression, and that when CBD interacts with the cannabinoid receptors in your brain, it allows more dopamine to adhere to the receptors, and therefore improving mood elevation and decreasing anxiety. CBD works throughout the body in working on the CB2 receptors, in decreasing inflammation, and therefore decreasing chronic pain. Secondary to that, when you decrease your stress response, you will therefore decrease inflammation, because when stress is decreased, inflammatory mediators are decreased. As I stated before, the one drug that is FDA approved right now is Epidiolex, which is used to treat unretractable seizures in children. So as a supplement, we're not stating that, you know, you can use CBD for your seizures, but it can help definitely to mitigate seizure response. CBD helps with insomnia, in that it decreases the racing of the mind and helps get you into a deeper state of sleep and calmness. Another cannabinoid in the hemp plant, in addition to CBD, is CBN, which is another sleep aid. CBD helps to decrease acne, mental health disorders such as PTSD and ADHD, which you see commonly in children and adults. It helps improves symptoms related to cancer and chemotherapy treatment, such as CBD helps to improve appetite and decrease the feelings of nausea. Some preliminary research has also shown that CBD can actually aid in decreasing the feelings of addiction. It works by decreasing addictive tendency and cravings for opioid in working on the opioid receptors. There's also been promising studies showing that CBD can help with high blood pressure. How does it do this? CBD has been shown to help in vasodilatory effects, meaning opening the flow of blood vessels and lowering blood pressure. As far as with diabetes, preliminary studies have shown that it helps to decrease insulin resistance, therefore allowing better control of blood sugars. And of course, CBD, as we stated before, is helpful for all mammals. So it can, there are CBD products for pets, can also improve their anxiety, chronic pain, and inflammation, doing the same thing as it does for humans, whether you have a dog or a cat that suffers from separation anxiety or noise and anxiety from noise or just in general. It's an added benefit for pets as well. If you have pets that suffer from chronic joint dislocation or pain and inflammation, it has all the same benefits as within humans. Does anybody have any questions from this slide?
Yes, we have a hand raised, and we have a great question in the chat coming from Nigel Wilson, who asks, is CBD habit forming? Is it safe for children?
Koa, do you mind taking this question?
Yes. So as far as it being safe for children, I wouldn't. So the only one that has been FDA approved for children is the Epidiolex, which is for seizures. So as when customers come in and they ask if they should give it to children, I inform them that I don't recommend it because of the studies. So do children take it? Yes, they do take it. But as far as with the evidence and the research, I feel like it still needs to be studied a bit more. But do children take CBD? Yes, like I said, there's even one on the market for seizure treatment. And as far as with CBD, is it habit forming? No, CBD is non-addictive because of the mechanism of action on how it works. As far as with binding to the receptors, it doesn't hold on to the receptors, which it doesn't create that addictive tendency. So that's the good thing with CBD. If anything, CBD with certain times, when you achieve that homeostasis and that balance throughout your body, studies have even shown that you are potentially in a point where you can take less of the CBD, where you can actually start to titrate yourself off of it and decrease it. So versus needing more, sometimes you might need less. So hopefully that answers your question with the CBD habit forming. And with the children as well.
Any other questions from the community?
Yes, let's invite Kaisha to come off mute and share her question or comment.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
I'm listening to you guys, and my challenge is I work for the government, and this is not recognized federally. So I was just wondering, is CBD? Do you have to ingest it? Because I've seen that it helps for acne, or do you rub it on your skin? And I noticed for the pets, I met a vendor at a farmer's market, and she was selling the CBD for pets, and she was saying to put drops in for a dog, for me, in the ear. That will help. So can CBD be used externally or only ingested?
Okay, sure, I can tackle this. For the first part, you do work for the federal government, but CBD is federally legal. And actually it is off Schedule 1. So it's not a controlled substance anymore. That happened in 2018 with the Farm Bill. It is employer dependent, whether they test you, if they administer drug tests, and if CBD, one of the metabolites that they test for. But it's totally legal. It's not habit forming. It's not psychoactive. So it is mainly employer dependent if they test specifically CBD, and would they prohibit you from taking it, but it's totally federally legal. As far as ways that you can take CBD, we have another slide that's gonna go into that into more detail. But for acne, you can take it, you can ingest it, whether you wanna take a CBD oil or you wanna take a CBD gummy. It's available in many different forms. As far as the pets, we do have CBD oils for pets. There's also CBD treats on the market. So the oils you can drop right in your pet's mouth with a dropper, or you can put the CBD oils, kind of put it on their food, or there's CBD available in treats, so you can give it to them in treat form. And it's absolutely safe in pets. You just have to kind of get the right dose, because the tinctures will come for, if you have a dog, it'll say small breed, medium breed, or large breed dog, to kind of guide you into what's right for your pet. But I hope that answers your questions.
And I also wanted to add that if you did not want to ingest the CBD, we also have the option of, that there are facial products for the acne as well, which you can actually just apply it directly to the skin. And a few of our facial products has CBD and CBG in it as well. And the CBG has antimicrobial benefits, antibacterial benefits. So it does help with that, as far as also, along with the CBD, it can help with inflammation as well. So those are one of the added benefits. So there are some options if you weren't able to ingest it orally.
Yeah. Because I know with our line, which we're going to discuss later in the presentation, we have a product combination, as Koa said, with CBD, which helps with anti-inflammation, CBG, which is antimicrobial, and it also contains glycolic acid, which is going to help to exfoliate the skin. This is all external in a topical form of the CBD that's going to specifically help to treat acne and blackheads and blemishes, etc.
Okay, yes, thank you. You did answer my questions, because like you said, I've used a hemp like hair conditioner, or one time I was buying my grandmother hemp oil for her knees, and she said that it was helping her. And just the other question was, what products do you both use? Because your skin does look great and clear. And I don't know your ages, but it looks really good. So what products do you guys use? It could be, like you said, you could be ingesting it and it's just coming out, in your skin.
So me personally, I use I do use the gummies to help me sleep at night, and I use the CBD tincture. As far as like my personal use, I got into CBD back in 2018, using it to treat a medical condition, and also using it to treat as a natural sleep aid, because when you get to a certain age, we all have trouble staying asleep sometimes. So I use the CBD to help with that. And as far as my skin, my favorite is the vitamin C serum. One that we carry also, it helps with fine lines and wrinkles and just keeping your skin looking smooth and hydrated. I think it's amazing. That's what I love. Koa.
And for me personally, occasionally I do take the gummies as well and the tincture sometimes for just when I need to mellow out and just de-stress. But for my face, I use the vitamin C and the glycolic acid. So I use our vitamin C serum in the morning and I use our glycolic acid at night. And I find like it works amazing. It really does. I mean, it takes up to about a week to 2 weeks to see the results, but it really has helped me. The glycolic acid serum has helped me so much with my blemishes because sometimes occasionally I can have breakouts, which leads to discolorations of my skin. So it definitely does help me with the blemishes. And the vitamin C, it just helps it does help give me a smoother skin. It helps promote the collagen growth. So it gives me just like a radiating feeling look after using it over time. So those are my favorite, the vitamin C serum and the glycolic acid serum. And we also have a face serum that helps with moisturization if you have an issue, especially with the winter months coming up. A lot of us suffer from dry skin. So that's excellent as well for that.
Great, thank you.
There's another question in the chat that you may have addressed, but Nigel asked again, would what you are talking about for the face replace my teen's dependency on retinol?
So retinol?
Retinol for treating acne. Okay, I think it would definitely help tremendously. As Koa said, you have to give it at least, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks to see what your personal results will be like, because innately the body naturally turns over a new layer of epidermis every 3 weeks. So at minimum, if you're trying any new product, give it some time. For retinol, if you're specifically treating acne with it, I would recommend, like Koa said, the glycolic acid and the vitamin C serum, which I would alternate. The glycolic acid I would use at night, and the vitamin C during the day, because you don't want to go out directly into the sun with glycolic acid on. So use that at night and like every other day, about 3 times a week. The vitamin C serum can be used every day and see what results you get. But everybody's results are going to be individual and different.
But it's worth a try because I feel like it does really help me with my acne.
Any other questions from the community?
There's nothing in the chat at the moment. And if there's anyone who wants to verbally ask the question, now's the time to do so.
Good morning, this is Nigel. How are you? How are you both doing?
Good.
Good. I'm so glad that I woke up, even though I'm a little late to this conversation, because it's fall break for my son who's in college, and he's been complaining that he cannot sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, as a mom, I'm like, well, what time are you going to bed? And, are you napping during the day? And he says no. And last night even, it was 11:30, and he was, doing some exercises in his room, and he said that it was because he couldn't sleep. So I'm definitely interested in hearing more about the CBD for sleep aid.
Right.
I know you mentioned that, being with a woman of a certain age, I too am a woman of a certain age. And like I said, it was 12:30 and I wasn't asleep.
Right.
Because I don't often sleep as well as I used to.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested in hearing more about that and hearing more about the studies that, that you referenced.
Yeah, right. So as far as CBD, as we stated before, it's going to aid with its sleep in a couple different ways. The products that we carry are all full spectrum products, meaning they contain all of the cannabinoids. So in addition to CBD helping with your mood and helping to decrease anxiety and to decrease the racing of the mind that sometimes keeps us up at night, the products also contain CBN, which is another plant-based natural sleep aid. And it also contains valerian root, which is another plant-based sleep aid that's going to help keep you in a deeper state of sleep. And that we offer in the form of a sleep tincture or sleep oil. We also have another great product. It's the sleep gummies, which not only contains CBD, it also contains melatonin. I'm not sure if you've tried either of those before, melatonin or valerian root, to help you with sleep. Have you tried either of those?
Yes, we've done melatonin before.
Okay, so what we offer is a combination of those two plant-based combined with CBD. So you're going to get the added benefit of, decreased stress. You're going to feel a more sense of calmness. And I feel it helps not only help to fall asleep, but keep you in a deeper state of sleep. And the difference with the CBD as a sleep aid is that the next day you don't feel foggy or groggy like how some of the sleeping pills or like Benadryl will have you feeling. You just kind of wake up feeling refreshed. It's not a lingering feeling of drowsiness at all. As far as for your son, I would recommend something a little more palatable for children, which would be in the form of a gummy. If I would recommend anything for him, it would be rather regular CBD gummy or the sleep gummy. And how you would take that is about an hour before bed, just take 2 gummies and give it about, you should feel the full effects of in about 60 minutes because you're ingesting it and your body has to digest it and then it gets into your bloodstream and then you will feel the full effect. So that's what I would recommend, either the regular CBD gummy or the sleep gummy. Does that
Thank
help?
you.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
it really helps a lot. And if I could just ask one other question, I don't want to hog up the time. When consumers are shopping for CBD products, and I have a CBD product in my house now, it's a cream that I use on my knee where I have some arthritis, and on my shoulder. I use it occasionally when I'm feeling pain. As a consumer, what should we look for when we are looking at CBD products? Like, how do we know, which products are good
Right.
if we're purchasing from you or others,
Right.
just to be an informed consumer?
Right. So with all our products, what we have is we offer, and what you should look for as a consumer is a QR code on the label. And a QR code, you can open up the camera of your smartphone and scan the QR code. And what that should take you to is, if not directly to their website, is to the results of third-party lab testing. And it's called a certificate of analysis. The certificate of analysis is going to break down all the cannabinoids in the product that you're taking. They actually, with us, each batch of each product is taken to the lab and it's tested for its CBD contents. In that lab result, you're also going to see that there's no pesticides or heavy metals. And if so, that they're all at acceptable levels where it's safe to be ingested, and that what the CBD content is. That is what we recommend from everyone that purchases CBD, is to look for that QR code on the label. And any reputable manufacturer is going to have that on their product. And if it's not on the product, it should be somewhere on their website where you can look it up. It just offers full transparency and that what they're providing to you is safe.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. There's no any more questions, we can continue with the slideshow. All right. Okay, so we can, we went over this slide. We can move on to the next slide, please. Okay. Oh, go back one. Go back. Yeah, I think we went forward. Yes. So what are the routes of administration? This kind of goes into Kaisha's question that she had. So the CBD oils or tinctures, as they're also called, can be, it offers a versatile way to take your CBD. Here it's listed as sublingual. And what that means is just simply you take a full ml, 1 dropper full, not just 1 drop, but the pipette full, and you place it underneath your tongue. This is sublingual because underneath your tongue contains blood vessels, and you hold it there for approximately a minute, and then you swallow. The taste of CBD oil, what does it taste like? Ours is infused with like an orange oil and MCT oil, which is like coconut oil, basically, with a hint of a slight woodsy taste. Hold it for 60 seconds and then you swallow it. If that's not palatable to you, you can add it to your tea, your coffee, your smoothie, or your shakes, or put it in your salad dressing, and you can consume your CBD oil that way. So that's what I like about the tinctures, is that it offers you versatility in taking your CBD. And it's also the most concentrated form of CBD that you can take. More potent is in the oil form. The other ingestible ways to consume CBD are in the form of gummies, which may be more palatable to those that don't like the oil, or maybe more attractive to children. And also the gummies are more discreet. Like say you're bringing it on a trip with you, or you're at your desk and you're working and you just feel like you're getting anxious throughout the day, you can just pop a couple gummies and it's very discreet. And a lot of our gummies, they're low in sugar because a lot of people are concerned about that, and they're vegan, and there's some that are gluten-free. You can also ingest CBD in soft gel form, or there's some foods like treats or chocolate or brownies that CBD can be put into baked goods. So there's different forms of ingestibles. CBD can also be taken in a smoke form, inhalation, by smoking it, whether you're doing like a traditional joint or you're doing a vape. You can consume CBD in that form. Inhalation is the fastest route to take CBD because when you inhale it, it goes right to your bloodstream. But those that are adverse to inhalation, there's many other ways that you can consume your CBD, but it is the quickest way to get it into your body. There's topicals, which we talked about, such as face serums, lotions, balms, or salves, which we have a couple great ones for direct on-site pain, muscular pain, or joint pain. If you don't want to take the oil, but you just want to treat acutely at the site, the balms and the salves are great for that. Or in the form of suppository, but I think that's kind of the last route option anyone, probably not the most preferred route to take your CBD.
I would say more for like people that are maybe elderly that aren't able to consume orally. You can kind of help them with that. So, you know, not every body can still eat by mouth or have the option of smoking, excuse me. But topical can help, or a suppository.
Okay. So does anybody have any questions in regards to this slide?
Before we move on to questions, I'd like to take this moment to acknowledge our community. And some of our community members may have to leave to begin their day, going to church, going to work, whatever it may be. And I want to let you guys know that the store information, your website information, and contact information have been posted in the chat. For those who may have to leave, this is the way to contact our facilitators this morning. And know that you can always come back to Facebook to watch the continuation of anything you may have missed. There's a lot of valuable information here. You may not want to miss it. So visit our Facebook page to continue. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
And questions, are there any questions? Any questions from Facebook? Okay, looks like we don't have any further questions, so you guys may continue.
Yes.
And are we going to the next slide?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, go back one.
Back one, okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're going forward.
There we go.
Yes, okay. So here at CURRA, all of our products, like we stated, they're high quality, meaning that they're grown, the hemp plants are grown in the Hudson Valley in upstate New York. They're organic. It's processed in a GMP rated facility. They're non-GMO. So that's why we consider them high quality. Yes, you can purchase CBD absolutely everywhere these days, whether it be from the bodega or online, but you want to make sure what you're consuming is high quality, meaning that it has been lab tested for impurities, for pesticides and heavy metals. A lot of it is organic, that it's low in sugar. This is what we mean when we say high quality. All our products that we carry are full spectrum CBD. I know on the market they have isolates and broad spectrum, but the benefit of consuming a full spectrum product in that you not only get CBD, you get all of the other cannabinoids inside the product. And it contains less than 0.3% THC, meaning that you will not get a high from these products. And absolutely, it's not habit forming. And the benefit of having a full spectrum product is what you get is an entourage effect. And what is an entourage effect? It means that all the cannabinoids working together enhances the effect of the other one. Okay. Also, all of our products are third-party lab tested. Like I stated before, on each label comes a QR code, which you open the camera of your smartphone and it goes directly to either the website that leads you to that certificate of analysis, or it'll open right up to the certificate of analysis, which tells you that you're getting a high quality, pure CBD and there's not any mess in it. Our products are organically grown, non-GMO, and vegan, meaning no animal products, because that is a concern for certain members of the community. We can move on to the next slide. Okay. So in addition to the retail store in Brooklyn, we're available online at www.CURRA, CURRACBD.com. And this is just a visual of a few of the products that we offer at CURRA CBD. We offer many more. The main product that I want to introduce you to is our CBD oil or tincture. And we also have a sleep tincture. The 2,500 milligram is the most potent concentration we offer right now. And it's gonna aid a lot. If you're looking for anti-inflammation, you wanna go for the most potent tincture. And like I say, take it 3 times a day, 1 to 2 full droppers. And you know, everybody's gonna require a different amount of CBD. There's no standardized kind of dosing, but based on your experience with cannabinoids and CBD products, I would start with from anywhere from 1 to 2 full droppers, and you can kind of titrate, see the effect on your body, and kind of go up to taking more if you feel like you need it. Say you start with the first week of taking 1 full dropper 3 times a day, and you're like, oh, you know, I feel like you take a little bit more, then go up to 2 full droppers 2 to 3 times a day. And to see the full benefits of it, I would say take it for a minimum of 2 weeks. Oftentimes people have tried CBD in the past and they say, oh, I didn't really feel anything. Well, my question is, how long did you take it for and how much did you take? There is a lot of error that can happen in taking inadequate dosing, the frequency of dosing, and not taking it for a longer enough time to experience the full benefit of the CBD oil. Next to that, the clear kind of tincture you see is our CBD tincture for pets. As I stated, CBD is safe in all mammals, your cats, your dogs. This CBD tincture we have here is a CBD oil that you can drop a full ml right in their mouth, or you can put it on their food and give it to your cat or dog. The muscle salve that we have, you see, it says joint and muscle pain relief, is our most potent muscle salve. It's 2,500 milligrams of CBD in the entire jar. And how you administer that, it's a salve. So you take a dollop and rub directly into the area that you're experiencing the pain or inflammation, whether it's a sore muscle, like the muscles in your back or in your joints along your fingers or elbow or knees. The salve is very versatile in that you kind of put it anywhere that you're experiencing the pain. And what you're gonna feel immediately is a cooling sensation, which is the cooling sensation is the blood vessels in that area dilating and allowing the CBD to be absorbed more effectively. We have the facial serums that we talked about, which are not pictured here, that hydrate and moisturize, that contain CBD, which helps to decrease inflammation. But the CBD oil itself actually contains omega-3s and omega-6s, which are going to help put plumpness and fullness to the skin and help to maintain hydration. The CBD lotion that we have featured here is great for winter dryness. Not only does it contain CBD, it also has mango oil, shea butter. It's very thick and rich and hydrating. Does anybody have any questions about the products and where they can get the products?
There are a couple questions here, comments and questions in the chat. Nigel acknowledged that I'm looking for a couple of prescriptions that I think I may be able to replace. Woohoo! Congratulations, Nigel. And we have a comment. I believe this is Z, who asks, is omega-3 and 6 inherent or added?
Koa, do you want to tackle this one?
So it's actually in the oil itself. So it's actually a part of the oil that's placed into it.
Right, because we, our tinctures, the carrier oil, as you would say for the taste, is MCT oil, which is coconut oil.
Yes.
Any other questions?
You're welcome.
You're welcome. There's no other questions. We can move on to the next slide. Okay, so this is just, this last slide is just kind of summarizing. This is an actual picture of our storefront. We're located at 450 Atlantic Avenue in Boerum Hills, Brooklyn. We're a full CBD retail store and coffee bar and lounge where you can come in, sit and chat with Koa, myself, or any of our other partners. We'll talk to you about CBD, kind of direct you to what product is best for what you're looking to aid with. Full coffee bar where we have CBD additives we can add to any drink that you'd like. You can actually sit and lounge, enjoy your CBD. We have an outdoor space where you can smoke your CBD joint with your coffee. A full pet area where you can bring your pet with you and enjoy the outdoor space with weather permitting, or just sit inside the lounge, learn about CBD, take your CBD and have some coffee. So again, at 450 Atlantic Avenue, that is the phone number to our store where you can call and ask any questions that you may have about products or CBD in general. And again, our website, www.curracbd.com, where there's more informational and a blog section where we talk about CBD and you can actually purchase products on there. We are offering a promotional code, CURRA 15, where you'll get a 15% discount on your total purchase. So, you know, stop by, come by, see us, enjoy some coffee, and, you know, talk to us about CBD. We're here to educate the community on the benefits of CBD.
Yes, even if you have a question, you just want to inquire a little bit more, you can always give us a call. You can always send us an email. Yeah. We're not only to provide you with the products, but educate you on the products as well.
Here's a great question for you. And this comes from Facebook, from Latia Stewart. And forgive me if I said that name wrong, but her question is, will that show up in drug screen? I need the muscle salve.
Yes. Koa, do you want to tackle this one, or you want me to take this question?
So as with the muscle salves, it goes on right onto the skin. Although it does have the 0.3% of THC in it, it's not a significant amount to where it would show up in a drug screening, especially if you're applying it locally. Now, the oral oils in the gummies, with time, if you take it consistently for months on a time, is it possible that the 0.3% THC can accumulate? Yes, it is possible. But if you're referring to the THC or the CBD, when it comes to the muscle salve, it's very minute on what is actually absorbed into the skin.
Right. And I'm not sure if you're located in New York State, but just as to mention, New York State Department of Labor passed law not permitting employers to longer test for THC because it's legal. But of course, it's employer dependent. If you're a federal employee or your employer just personally feels they want to continue to test for it, you have to know that. But Department of Labor no longer requires testing for THC. Of course, you just can't come to work, high as far as the THC content, but you're totally allowed to consume it on your own individual time. Again, the CBD products contain less than 0.3%, But just to know from a legal standpoint, it's totally legal for any employed individual to consume products containing THC. Your employer is not supposed to test you anymore, unless you're a federal employee or in your employee handbook, they say they're going to test you for it, but it's totally legal.
Yes, or if you come to work impaired, then they could possibly.
Of course, you can't come to work.
Yes.
Impaired.
So, from THC, not the CBD.
Definitely, the least detectable way, yes, if you're treating pain at the site, would be a topical form, like the salve or the rub.
Yes.
Okay, ladies, where do we go from here? Are there other slides to be shown?
I think that's the end of our presentation as far as the slides.
Okay, so family, are there any questions regarding CBD? This is a new product that we have been given a lot of information, a lot of details. Nigel has another question, just popped in the chat. Where is the medical community on CBD? I asked my doctor about it for arthritis relief, and I left with a prescription for melatonin, for toxin. I know I said that name wrong. You ladies cannot correct me. And a muscle relaxer that leaves me feeling foggy. So where is the medical community on CBD?
Okay, let me scroll. I think I can see the question. Where's the medical community? I asked my doctor, meloxicam and a muscle relaxer that leaves me feeling foggy. So yeah, like I stated before, the medical community is kind of split with CBD. There's many practitioners, even ones that do pain management or like chiropractors or physical therapists, that highly recommend CBD, especially for people that have like kidney or liver disease that cannot process narcotics or NSAIDs. It's really provider dependent. There are some that are that are not holistic in their medicine practice, in that they're not incorporating any supplements or plant-based medicine, and it's very individual. You know, so if you feel like you want to add CBD to your regimen, it's not something that they can deny you. You don't need a prescription for CBD. It's a supplement, so you can buy it from any CBD retailer. I would just double check with them. Anything else that you're on won't interact with CBD. But I hear you and I understand that concern. And it all goes back to that FDA disclaimer that we made at the beginning, in that there's only one drug on the market right now that's FDA approved, but that goes for any other supplement that's on the product. If you go to a vitamin shop or any of the supplement stores, none of those products in there are quote unquote FDA approved. None of the vitamins, none of the joint supplements, none of it is FDA approved. That's why it's considered a supplement. So a lot of medical providers that are not really holistic medical practitioners are not going to outwardly come and say, hey, yeah, go take CBD. And that's probably 50% of the community. So you just have to find a provider that's a holistic practitioner that believes in plant-based medicine that would recommend CBD to you. Or if you want to try CBD, just double check with them, because we do not know your personal medical history or what you're taking. Just double check that CBD won't interact with anything that you're taking. There still needs to be a tremendous amount of studies that are going on now. And I think that's what's going to change the direction of the medical community. When the studies come out and kind of reiterate the benefits of CBD and THC and a cannabis plant, which it, you know, more and more states where marijuana is becoming legal, you're going to see more and more studies come out, and more studies about the entire plant, including CBD. And you're going to see the change, the shift in medical providers in, you know, not prescribing it because you don't need a prescription anymore, but recommending it for individuals that the pharmaceutical stuff is too strong, or like you said, leaves you too foggy, or just can't take it, you know? So that's my answer to that.
Wonderful. We have Latia
Yes.
from Latia Stewart from Facebook again. She wanted to say thank you. And she says, I want to purchase the Muscle Solve. I can't find it on your site. I am in Nashville, Tennessee, not legal here. I am always nervous about THC showing up on my screens, not interested in consume, not interested to consume.
So I just want to add, start by all of our products, as far as with the CBD products, are federally legal. So our products, CBD and hemp has been federally legal since 2018. With the, you can have up to 0.3% of THC in it. So those products that she's referring to are definitely legal in Tennessee. So THC might not be legal, but the products that we're discussing today are just strictly CBD with the 0.3% THC in it, which is federally legal. And as far as it not showing up on our site, it should be under either body products, and it says CBD joint and muscle pain relief salve.
Yeah, I just put in the search box too. I went to the website and I put in salve, SALVE, and it came right up. It's called CBD joint and muscle pain relief salve. So it's available.
Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Hopefully, if not, send us another message. Hopefully you understand my explanation about the legality of it.
Any other questions?
Yes, it's definitely hard when you go to your medical provider because CBD is not necessarily prescriptive. So it's always about just purchasing it for retail. So your medical provider could instruct you and say, okay, well, you can try it, but the likelihood that you'll walk out with a prescription or something written down for it is rare.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, because it's hard, because it would be nice if you can get a prescription for it and actually your medical coverage could cover it.
Right. I know I've gotten that question before too. The health savings cards, you can't use that to purchase CBD. It's just like any purchasing of any supplement, just in case anybody has that question. And you don't need a prescription for it. It's available at CBD retail stores and online.
Yes, and also, Latia, again, I just want you to feel comfortable knowing that the topical forms are less likely to show anything when it comes up to screening. So I know you said you were nervous about the THC screening. As I said, sometimes the oral forms with the 0.3 THC, if you take it for long term, possibly, yes, it depends on how your employee is testing you and what test they're sending out.
Thank you. Well, we're getting ready to wrap up now, but I'd like to hear from our community. And I'm going to call on a couple of people. I'm going to call on Adam. Adam, what's your knowledge of CBD, and have you tried this? And are you willing to try it? Could you share, please? You still with us, Adam? Okay, Adam is not available.
So I wanted to ask, is anyone in the community familiar with taking CBD consistently?
Yeah.
I like that you mentioned consistently, because I've tried it before, but I wasn't consistent with it. Plus, there was something about the oil that I felt like it was a little bit funny as I ingested it. It felt a little bit weird. And I listened to you saying about the dosage and the consistency, which made me really think, was I taking the right amount of dosage?
Yeah.
Yes.
And as far as the taste, to some, they can come like flavored, whether it be strawberry, lemon, or raspberry, if that makes it a little bit more palatable. And if you still, it's the most potent way to take it is the oil. If you feel like it's still distasteful to you, add it to something, add it to your tea, add it to your coffee. If you're a smoothie, green juice kind of person, add it to that and consume it that way. The most effective way is under the tongue, but if it's not doing it for you, then you can just put it as an additive.
Yes, mine was not flavored. It had a organic taste to it.
Yeah, it naturally has like a little woodsy taste.
Yes.
To
I
it.
call it like earthiness. It's a little earthy.
Absolutely. So I will add it to my beverages, morning beverages, or my smoothie.
Yeah. Or at nighttime, if you want to take the oil, you can add it to your chamomile tea. You know, that'll be really nice and soothing.
Yeah.
Well, even if you still wanted to take it under the tongue, you can just add a small amount to like a small amount of your smoothie, just a small amount, and then you can actually put it under the tongue with the smoothie, just a small amount.
Okay. Well, your information presented today really helped me to consider trying it again. And I see Adam popping up. It really helped me to consider trying it again and to see if it helps with some of the ailments that I do have.
Right. And just to reiterate, it's not a magic bullet. If you have chronic inflammation or things that you've lived for years of your life, you have to take CBD consistently to see the full effects. Minimum of 2 weeks to see its effects on the receptors in your body.
Yes, consistency is the key.
Consistency. And with any if you're taking a prescribed, just an example, a prescribed antidepressant, right? They're going to tell you have to wait 2 weeks to see the full effects. It's the same thing with CBDs. If you're not taking a direct acting joint pain relief or muscle relief, the oils and the gummies, take it for a minimum of 2 weeks. Increase your dosage as tolerable. If you're a small, petite female, like I said, start with 1 full dropper and then go up to 2 as you feel if you need more. Because there's no real standardized dosing. The lowest concentration comes in 25 milligrams per 1 full dropper or 1 ml, up to like 100 milligrams per full dropper. So that's the thing. You can always take more till you feel like you've gotten to a full therapeutic level of feeling more relaxed, feeling that you're decreasing the requirement of your chronic pain medicine. You know, you just got to kind of titrate up.
Okay, awesome. Let's hear from Adam. Come off mute, Adam.
Sure. I have a question. I don't know if you women answer these questions. What is the age limit for people using CBD?
Okay, so to CBD is like, again, it's legal in all 50 states. It's federally legal. It's recommended for purchase 18 and over. But if you're a parent, can you purchase for your child? Absolutely. And it's an individual preference whether you want to administer it to your child. But we can only professionally recommend to you for 18 and over. But is it given in children? Absolutely it is. But that's to your discretion and the discretion of your pediatrician if you're talking about children under the age of 18.
Yeah, the reason why I asked that question was because I wanted to make sure it was my duty that I don't, blindly give any child any CBD without, doing my research or anybody of that particular matter, because it can come from a low vibrational standpoint and whatnot. So I just wanted to, find that out.
Yeah. It's always 18 and older, and it's an individual preference in, with conversation with your pediatrician if you're going to give it to children under 18.
Cool.
But to legally purchase 18 and over.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Latia from Facebook wanted you ladies to know that she just purchased.
Oh my God. Thank you, Lakia. Definitely give us feedback on how this works for you.
Yes, we love feedback.
We are now 4 minutes before 8:30. I would like to bring up your contact information. It's being posted in the chat, but I want you to verbally go over this for those who may not have access to their chats right now. So I'm going to bring up your special offer.
Okay, so once again, we are located in Brooklyn, New York. We are at 450 Atlantic Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11217. You can come on by if you like. You can use the code when you come in. Just let us know that you were a part of this presentation. Also, you can purchase online at CURRACBD.com. That's www.CURRAACBD.com. And please enter the code CURRA15 to get your 15% off. We appreciate you all. And if you have any questions, even if you just need more education on the products, CBD in general, please give us a call at our store number at 929-250-2045. We are open from Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook at CURRA CBD. And another way of contacting us is email as well. And you can contact me, Koa, it's KOACFO @cannabisgroupllc.com.
Right. Or you can message us directly at CURRACBD.com.
Yes, you can message us on our social media sites as well.
Awesome. I'd like to do the honors to introduce the love offering and donations. Our facilitators today, Koa, Peturah, you did a great job presenting this information, and you're very knowledgeable about it also. So in return, I would like for our community to bless you ladies. Money, my own natural energy yields. And you can do this by sending your payments to Zelle or QuickPay at soulleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com. Also, you can do so by going to Cash App, $Spirit of a Woman. You will find the hyperlink in the chat where you can click and do that directly. And do it now. Do it now while we are feeling the energy of it. You don't want to wait till later. Things happen, you forget. So do it now and use the code 691 CBD. That way it is directly appropriated.
Yes, and I'd like to wake up everybody in the community for giving us this forum to educate you. We do appreciate wake up everyone, the whole team who has helped us, provided us with so much insight. We are gratefully appreciative of this. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for allowing the opportunity to educate you today and share our knowledge and our appreciation for your time. And we hope you've taken away a lot of new information and helpful information about CBD. And like Koa said, we're here to answer any questions that you may have. You can reach us, messaging us on our social media or website, or just calling the store during store hours. We're here to answer any questions and direct you to the CBD product that's right for you.
Awesome. And this is for our dedicated members, our community members, our family. We invite you to do a monthly automated offering. You can do so by clicking these links. They're also in the chat. $25 a month. There's a link, $50, $75, or $100. And you're not limited. If you want to do more than that, feel free to do so. Coming up next, tomorrow, Monday, October 10th, we have our very own Chantel Gamble with a topic, October full moon card cutting ritual. You can join us tomorrow for that segment. And on Tuesday, we have a topic, Ricky Readings, Akashic Records, mini healing session for you and yours. And this is facilitated by Marinus Rodriguez. So join us on Tuesday for her session. And for our new members, welcome. We welcome you to our Woo Nation, a community where we come to learn, elevate, and ascend. If you are new, please let us know. Share it with your comments in our chat, whether you're here on Zoom or Facebook, and our members will welcome you with love and open arms. Welcome to our community. And here is the schedule for our new members. We're here 5 days a week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for our 90-minute session from 7 a.m. to 8:30, and Mondays and Wednesdays for a short but juicy session from 7 to 7:30. We're always streaming live on Facebook. And if you would like to never miss a session again, we invite you to text for our Woo alerts. Text Woo Nation to the number 74121. You will never miss another session. And for representation, where you can celebrate with us, our product here at the Woo Swag store, visit us online at bit.ly/Woo Swag, where you can get your mugs, your water bottles, tote bags, masks are also available, and journals. We invite everyone who comes to our sessions to take notes, and you can do that in your Woo journal. Thank you. Stay in touch. These are a couple ways you can do that. You can register bit.ly/Wake Up Movement. You can join us on our Facebook pages at bit.ly/Woo Community for our private page, bit.ly/Woo Nation for our public page. On Instagram, you'll find us at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, and on YouTube, bit.ly/Woo on YouTube. Or you can always email us info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. At this time, family, I'm going to bring the slide share down, invite you to come off mute and come on camera. And this is our love shower for our facilitators this morning. Thank you so very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Koa. Thank you, Peturah, for this great presentation on CBC. Education is key and knowledge is power. And I just want to say, have a blessed day, everyone, and let's move forward.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Have a blessed day.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. It was well appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. This was beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
Information. And the information was well received. I'm grateful for it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a wonderful day, all. Be blessed.
Everyone have a wonderful day.
Yes.
Stay blessed.